Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future. Trade in all our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade, and we're not your financial advisor. Excuse me. For a second, the Nasdaq and the ES, they were going long, and they fell, and we continue dropping. Uh, we've been dropping all morning, and we are expecting this morning session end up around 4,995 for the ES. The Nasdaq, it is a really sad story if you are auto trading the Nasdaq. Uh, there is a lot of volatility with the Nasdaq trade, so you gotta be really careful. The first problem we have at the Nasdaq, we have a tremendous support area here, and then follow to get to the second target. We have also tremendous support area. So you gotta be a little bit keep your eye closed on the Nasdaq if you wanted to trade because it's really struggling with the support area. It's not strong enough to break the support area, and it is actually, if we look a little bit at the 1 minute, you can see where it's the struggling area here. It's been a really struggling time for the Nasdaq. The minute we start going down, and the previous couple hours ago also was struggling with this support area here. So there is a little problem with the Nasdaq. It's not going as smooth as the ES, but we're getting there. Plus, the buyer and the sellers on the Nasdaq are equal with a 6 different time frame, and we still have a couple high time frame is in the green. So things is coming to the short, but it is a little bit tough. It's not as smooth as you expecting to the Nasdaq to run. So a little struggling on that, and then we will be able. And and that is going to bring a lot of volatility here. And here it is. You don't have um, you don't have a long trade. You do not have a long trade, so you gotta be careful with this. This is a hot air balloon with the Nasdaq, so do not fall into this trap. At this moment, you don't have a long trade on the Nasdaq. Be careful, guys. And yes, it's making the Nasdaq go up again, but be careful. There is no long trade at this moment. Be careful. A lot of times, those traps, the trader have his auto trade taking a trade long. At this moment, I'm not in favor to take a long trade on this matter. Now we're both in negative. That's life. It's too early to call it long on the Nasdaq. Be careful. I'm going to override the auto trade on the Nasdaq and stop it for now. Close. I'm gonna stop the Nasdaq trade until we see what's going on in the market. We'll take down the CL. I don't trust the Nasdaq, so please stay away from the Nasdaq if it's possible. Don't fall into this trap. The Nasdaq wanted to go up and the ES want to go down. Welcome to trading. That's all that we can do. I hate it when those two don't work together. When the ES and Nasdaq don't work together, it's like become a puzzle. Okay, then we are done with the Nasdaq, and it is long on the Nasdaq. Start turning around the minute Nasdaq closed the bar above the 17,382. You have long. It's finished. To the short side, and the ES is a puzzle at this moment. He wants to go down. This is a very tricky day. If you cannot see the market, is really tricky day. Okay, we have a long trade on the Nasdaq at 17,389, and your destiny. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see if it's able to cross this one here. If we cross the 17,403, we are in a good shape. If the ES crossed 5,040, all the short trades should be done and over with if we cross the 5,040 on the ES, so be careful. It's trying to climb to the 5,040 and might get rejected. And if it cross that line, that means all the short trades, Nasdaq ES should be closed. Nasdaq long, 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 long. You can take the Nasdaq long. We are easily going to this target. We have another system measuring the target 17,460. So most likely the Nasdaq is going to achieve that this morning. I'm not sure. The Nasdaq, there is a new signal on the Nasdaq, which is going to fire, is already fired from the market analyzer. And on the swing trading, the Nasdaq is long and is climbing. There is no sweat with it. And this is the signal coming from the market analyzer. The Nasdaq is going very fine. And on the ES, if we break that number, the ES, you need to close every single chart short. There is no more short. We need to, if we cross the 5,040, be careful, you know. And now our ES taking a beat. And here it is, you see. That's why I said wait, because we need to cross the 5,040. Here it is, you see. That's what I was worried about. Finally, the ES broke the 50-40. This means all the short trades are off, and now take a long trade. Do whatever you like. We're not your financial advisor, and we are coming a little struggling on the 17,451 on the Nasdaq, little bit, but you don't have to worry about it. The market is strong. We are going to hit the target, 17,462, and then we will see if we can go climb any higher than that. But the target at this moment is 17,462. The system calculated for you. There you go. Here's the ES sinking again. I hope it's not gonna go below the 50-40. Then I stop all the trades on the ES. Did the ES start getting stronger? We're going to maintain above the full 50-40 for now. The CL about to close the first target. The first target for today just finished, closed the first one, nailed 500. a little struggling, as we said here in this resistant area around 17,449. Should not scare you. We are going to manage to break that area here. Maybe a little pullback, but should not scare you if you are in a trade with the Nasdaq. And is what is struggling on the first resistance. The first resistance is 17,437. We haven't got to the second one yet, but we are going to break those levels, that's for sure. Okay, the ES, if you notice how it maintained when I told you on the 5040, and it seems like it's okay now, and it's fixing to break out actually. The Nasdaq, as we told you, there is a problem with the resistance line at 17,448, but it's not scary if you are on a trade or on a swing trading. Maybe there is a little pullback and there is a re-entry on a pullback at 17,404. So we're still in a long mood. So if you are auto trading, doesn't matter what auto trade you are using, you are in a good shape. To our traders, if they are using the signal, you can yank the target. Well, I know the target, the auto trade said is 17,000, but we can go ahead and take it to the higher level because it's already 10:29. We still have 30 minutes in the morning session, so maybe there is a good potential we go in much higher than that. So we will see. The minute the Nasdaq across the last resistance line, 17,449, we're going to go directly to the 17,539. This is good. We started with a little problem with the Nasdaq, and then the Nasdaq took off. The ES followed the Nasdaq. And this is a small minor thing. Sometimes you have to adapt to little problems. Sometimes in the market you have to be patient till the market turn around. For the swing trading on the ES, we're doing extremely fine. The Nasdaq is trying to break the last resistance line, so be patient. Don't panic if you are on a trade. The ES taken off, and the Nasdaq, once it crossed this last line, the last resistance 17,448, we're going directly to the 17,536. So if you are in a trade, there is a big chunk of ticks you will be missing, so don't panic. The CL trade finished at 1,000. That's fine. The Nasdaq trade is finished. Close. The Nasdaq trade is finished. 35.60 is finished. Re-entry long in this area here, 5,036 is a re-entry. Nasdaq finished trading. There is no more trades on Nasdaq. There is no short on the ES, folks. Be careful. There is no short. There is no short on the ES. It is impossible to take short in here. It's impossible. Be careful. Don't allow any type of auto trade to take a short trade. Not at this moment. The only time the short available, there is a lot of support areas. There is a lot of floor and fibs, everything. The only short it is when the ES goes below the 5,028. You know, anything above the 5,028, you do not have short. So be careful with the short on the ES. Nasdaq is finished. I'm not gonna touch the Nasdaq anymore. It's become a very unpredictable market. Still, we have one trade on the Nasdaq, but I'm not touching it, and it is really playing us today, the Nasdaq. I'm not gonna get involved in the Nasdaq trades anymore. The ES, we don't have a short. It's gonna keep climbing the ES. The Nasdaq is just, it's like a drunken driver going down the hill with a one light. It is no longer predictable, the Nasdaq trade. It's just like you are playing roulette with it. You know, we don't want to play in Las Vegas. Now it's become a Las Vegas trade on the Nasdaq. It's very high risk. It's not worth it to take any chances on it. Was not easy today. Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, that were very easy. This week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that were perfect. You know, you don't have to use your brain for anything. But today, the market is a little bit tricky, and the Nasdaq is stuck between a big pile of crap here. It's not tradable. There is much better, cleaner, clean to climb to the 50-50, 5,050, 5,050 is much easier to climb on the ES to 5,050 than to play with the Nasdaq at this moment. The Nasdaq is not tradable. You know, this is amazing. You know, you hear a bunch of kids, they are saying to use a moving average EMA and all this to trade, and then you ask yourself, when I mean, how can you trade with a moving average EMA on any kind of market? You know, those moving averages, they lag. They are good for a big charts, but not for a daily. Another guy, he said he's using a weekly chart. Weekly chart, I mean, how many ticks a stop loss on a weekly chart? You need to give the guy 500 ticks. I mean, the market is not as simple as what they are claiming. EMA, moving average, or somebody tweaking an ATR and make it look like a professional buy sell signal and all this. It is trading is much deeper than that. I don't know how. I mean, don't have to be complicated, but you have to know when this market is tradable or not. We don't need to fuzzle with it for the next 10 years to learn how to trade. But we need to see when the market is tradable or not, minimum. So at this moment, we don't have short trade on the ES, and the Nasdaq I quit is giving me headache. I'm not gonna be guessing on the Nasdaq anymore. The ES, the only time we can take a short trade if it goes below the 5,028. Welcome to trading. It's a struggling day today. It's a struggling day. The Nasdaq is finished. We're not touching the Nasdaq anymore. Not for today. And the ES still not short. Despite the Autotrade took short, it's not short. I would not take short. Okay, there is nothing to do, there is nothing to trade. Our ES took a lot of beat today. Our ES, welcome to trade and nothing we can do. And today it was struggling from the beginning, then eased out a little bit, and then now it is a struggling market. And our ES really took a lot of beat today, and nothing can be done. Welcome to trading. Folks, that's all what we have. There is nothing in the market to be. There's only problems in the market. The best way is to call it early and see maybe in the afternoon the market